Welcome back, guys. A beautiful day here in Houston. I feel like it's Cadillac month. We've been building a lot of new CT5 Vs and Escalade Vs. Sitting behind me is another 2024 Escalade V, shipped all the way to us from Florida for our complete stage 4 package. This one does have a little bit of things different. So let's pop the hood and go over it.
Experience the thrill of unrivaled performance. Our team of experts takes your ride to the next level. From horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results. Late Model Racecraft. We talking or we racing?
All right, so 2024, I believe 16,000 miles on the odometer. Came to us, guys. Our stage 4 package is very involved when it comes to engine, supercharger, and fuel system. This is what I call like a max effort with the factory DI injectors. We push this thing as hard as we can while maintaining the factory DI injectors. We can't go much farther than this unless we add a second set of injectors or larger DI injectors. So engine comes out of this thing. We do our complete cam kit. And recently, if y'all have watched my videos in the past, you've seen me talk about stealth cams and different camshafts and how we spec them out. This one is one of our larger camshafts. This customer wanted this thing to chop at idle. So also when it comes to the camshafts, guys, we do spec cams per vehicle depending on what the customer wants. Also, when we're done with it, when it comes to tuning the vehicle, there's things we can do to make a car chop more at idle or try to stay more tame at idle as much as possible while keeping the idle exactly how we want it and keeping the street manners and the drivability as close to stock as possible. This customer wanted that. So we, again, large camshaft in it. And when we were finished with the tune, we went ahead and, because it's a Cadillac, a lot of times in park and neutral, we let them, I call it chop pretty hard. But when you're in drive at a stoplight, we try to tune them to be pretty smooth. This customer said, no, I'm okay with that thing in gear, shaking side to side a little bit. I want to feel that camshaft. I want to feel the aftermarket performance that I have. I believe he owns a few other high horsepower cars, so the performance world isn't new to him, and I think that's why he wanted something like this. So again, guys, engine comes out, cam, springs, retainers, lifters. Get rid of the lifters do not get changed on these. These come. Sorry, I'm so used to doing LT4 stuff. These do not have displacement on demand. So the lifters in them are still the same, but we do change the front. We get rid of the variable valve timing. We put the billet front cover on it. Instead of running the lockout, we completely delete the variable valve timing. So there's no issues of that failing later on down the road. Supercharger, again, goes to our buddy Greg at Kong Performance. Complete port work. And we open up the front of the supercharger so much that we have to custom build this elbow that allows for the 103 Nick Williams throttle body to adapt, which then goes to our SMB cold air. And y'all can see with the supercharger pulley on it, we do spin the supercharger harder than factory because the engine is more efficient with the camshaft, the air box. And then this one, where this one's a little bit different when it comes to parts. We did a full stainless works, long tube header, high flow cats, all the way to the back to stainless works mufflers. And believe it or not, I think that's why this car actually sat at our shop for like an extra week or 2 weeks waiting for that cat back exhaust that the customer specifically wanted. Most of the Escalade Vs y'all see us build, guys, we run headers to the connection pipes and we keep the stock mufflers on it where it can be a dual mode, so it can be quiet or loud. This customer requested the stainless works muffler. It does look good, it sounds good, and it still has the dual mode that we can open it and close it. But man, to be honest, I drove this thing earlier today, and there's not that much of a change from open to loud. It sounds really good shut, if I'll call it closed, and when you open it up, it just gets a little bit louder, whereas the stock muffler, there's more of a range from quiet to loud. But in my opinion, again, what this customer is going to do with it and the way he wants it to sound, I think it's going to meet in his expectations exactly how he wants it. He wants people to be able to hear this thing coming down the road, even when it's in quiet mode. So let me start this thing up. I want y'all to hear this thing shake at idle. I want you to hear it lope at idle, and then we'll go out on the road and do a few maybe 0 to 60s and stuff like that, so y'all can hopefully hear it from inside the car as well as outside. Oh, sorry. Looking at this thing, I forgot from the beginning, obviously 24-inch wheels and tires on it. Again, every customer has their preference of how they want their car to look and sound. This customer, the wheels we put on it, man, I think it turned out great. Comment below, let me know what you guys think about this wheel and tire combo. 24s on it. Some Cadillac V owners go with 26s. That's more of a, man, that's a really big wheel. The tires are more of a, I call them rubber band tires. In my opinion, the 24s look the best just because of the tire choice you have with the 24s. So let me start it up now, let y'all hear this thing chop at idle. For a grocery getter, if you close your eyes and listen to this thing, you would not expect to see this in the parking lot when you hear this thing. That right there is open, so that's as loud as it will get. And then when I close it, from inside the vehicle, I mean, I can hear the note change a little bit, but not drastic. When you're driving down the highway, you can tell that it's open versus closed, but sitting here at idle, all right, now it's back open again. It's not that big of an exhaust note change. The aftermarket muffler just sounds different than the factory mufflers, which again, every customer has their preference, and I think it does sound great. The stock mufflers sound good too, so again, it's up to the customer on which route they want to choose, which route they want to go. And again, we normally have it chopping like this in park and neutral, and then when you go to put it in gear, we kind of try to smooth out the idle so you and your wife and your family aren't shaking too much. This customer, he wanted it to sound choppy like this in park and neutral, but also while he's in gear at a stoplight. So to me, it sounds excellent. So again, some customers want it, guys. Some customers want it to be as smooth as can be. Again, that's why if you own one of these vehicles, guys, go to our website, fill out an inquiry. One of our sales staff will get you taken care of. We can go down all the list of things once you do leave a deposit. If you have further questions, that my sales staff will come and grab me, and we'll make sure we build this thing specifically on how you want it. So I'm gonna go drive this thing now and let y'all hear this thing from the outside. Alright guys, so this thing baselined right at 539 rear wheel horsepower. We ended at 790 rear wheel horsepower on 93 octane. So you're talking 250 rear wheel horsepower gain. One more. Incredible. So also, Jason will probably post up, every vehicle we build, we put stickers on the inside of the gas caps, so whether the owner of the vehicle is driving it or someone else is driving it, they know what fuel goes in this thing. And this one is 93 octane, and if they want to put a boost-tane in it or fuel additive in it, they can. But let's launch this thing. Go ahead, Jason, hop out, buddy. See if y'all can hear this thing from the outside. Again, this thing's gonna just dead hook and go. God. So that was in drive, just foot braked it, floored it, and goes. Y'all, because it's, again, tuning the transmission in these things makes a huge difference on how quick they are. Obviously doesn't pick up any horsepower. It's about the shift points. By raising the shift points in these things, they make them 60 foot better, 0 to 60 better. Obviously 1/8 mile, 1/4 mile times, night and day difference. And we also tune them in manual mode. Again, I think I said in a lot of my Escalade V videos, most customers are not roll racing these cars, but those of you that watch our channel on all the GM stuff, Corvettes and Camaros, y'all see me tune them. So when you put it in manual mode, it will auto upshift, and we normally, even on vehicles like this, for the customers that are watching, when you do put it in manual mode, we usually increase the shift RPM by a couple hundred RPM over when it's in drive. So if you are going to be drag racing this thing, the customers at home can physically just put it in manual mode and do the exact same thing, and it will shift probably 100 or 200 RPMs higher than in drive. But again, this thing going back to Florida, perfect car to drive daily or on the weekends. Pack your family in it, go to the beach. The way this thing sounds, you pull up into any parking lot, you're at a stoplight, people be like, what the hell? And I know some parts of like Miami and stuff, all the exotic cars around, this thing will fit in just right. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I might try to get 1 or 2 more action shots on my way back to the shop. I'm picking Jason up now. But again, hope you enjoyed it. Comment below. Let me know if you have any questions about these builds. And like I said, guys, Jason goes live with these videos usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. Me personally, I'll try to respond to your comments for at least the first hour. I'll do my best, so feel free to ask me any questions regarding our Cadillac packages or anything in general about the shop or any other vehicle that you have questions on. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Until next time.